don't know if they're stone or ceramic. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Master basket weave. Beautiful. Uncle Deuce, we are in the Renwick Gallery. You know, we take baskets for granted. They really take a lot of work, and we wind up with them stacked up in the basements. But look at these, are amazing. There's the one master weaver, basket weaver, I don't know what to call them, that there's outdoor displays that we got to see earlier in the summer. Hog casings. It's crafted with hog casings. What? Material expresses the fragility of life. Tyranny of the Shoals contains the agony of regret as well as an opportunity to learn from it and move forward with new purpose. Beautiful. What a sentiment. Absolutely. How in the world do you do something like that? That's amazing. So this is astounding. Hey, Gabby. Is this amazing or what? Arthur Espinette Carpenter. Staircase, 1969. Hyuda and oak. This graceful structure by Arthur Espinette Carpenter comprises 14 curved, interlocking steps radiating around a center post. As Carpenter intended, the intrinsic warmth of the wood and the organic forms encourage interaction along multiple fronts, including movement up and down the steps and pushing and pulling the propeller like treads. It is a staircase for imagining. The spiral steps mimic curved forms of nature, pushing against the grain of right angles and square rooms. Gosh, that's amazing. Wow. Look at that. It's glass. Oh, look at the frogs. Oh my gosh, that is so smooth. Oak branch. Has hand-carved wood and porcelain for more than 4 decades. Amazing. He's so smooth. It's a birdhouse, or it's called Birdhouse, 1994. So it's a birdhouse that looked like it emerged directly from nature. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. that gorgeous? Black walnut and hickory. George Nakashima. How popular this has become, right? Mm-hmm. Sugar bowl and creamer. These molds of a sugar bowl and creamer upend the sentimentality of domestic heirlooms. So was that carved out of there? Oh, it's metal. It's metal. Copper. Wow. Amazing. It's 1960s Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Wooden salt-fired stoneware with polychrome glaze. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's frogs. Funky frogs in everyday objects. Here his frogs add extra flavor to a pan of 8-bean stew. Frogs, not crickets. Just saying, Uncle Deuce. Wow. I did ceramic in college, and I love this. Probably won't be one of my favorite videos by my viewers, but by our subscribers, but I sure do like it. Look at that. It's a Singer sewing machine in glass. Oh my gosh. Lampwork borosilicate glass. That's amazing. Wow. Good afternoon, Rita. Beautiful. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Y'all know where that's from. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Founding Fathers Writing Table, 2010. Wood from historic estates of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Patrick Henry, and James Monroe created this desk, to create this desk. What a beautiful sentiment, too. Oh my gosh, the horse chestnut from a tree planted by George Washington in Fredericksburg, Virginia, more than 200 years ago is the most significant, the artist. Wow. The Market Tree desktop is intended to conjure an idea of Thomas Jefferson drafting the Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia in 1776. The artist chose to represent, we hold these truths to be self-evident from the document. Jefferson's household included female relatives and slave workers, but the truth of certain unalienable rights in his draft did not extend to African Americans, Native Americans, or women. But that's why we have the Constitution and amendments. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is leather working. Vinyl, copper wire, and thread. Oh my goodness. They made a coffee maker. A toaster. And a blender. Out of vinyl. That's wild. Faux leather appliances are reminders that many household electronics are made in factories in Mexico. The obvious craft process of sewing, emphasized by the exposed threads, symbolically makes visible the exploited human labor involved with mass production. Cabrera, who was born in Mexico and lives in Arizona, relates the sagging vinyl forms to the underpaid workers who help provide basic comforts in American homes. What a beautiful sentiment, and that's amazing. Oh my goodness, that table was amazing, Uncle Deuce. I thought you'd like that too. I'm going to get it from some of the other angles too. Isn't that astounding? 15 different woods. Oh my gosh, look at this amazing quilt. I am still. I am not still. I am still not free. Wow. Oh my goodness. What if this flag of truce was the flag we knew instead of the Confederate battle flag? That's what that sign said. The detail in the work. Star Spangled Banner by Mary Pickersgill, 1813. During General Robert E. Lee's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, on April 9th, 1865. It was preserved by General George A. Custer, who was present at the surrender. This is just a photograph of it. This towel was used as a flag, but are they talking about this? This towel? General Robert E. Lee is my first cousin, 6 times removed. My mother's 5 times removed, and so on. We still use the university system that he designed. We still use it today. He did a lot of amazing things for our country after the war that a lot of people aren't aware of. And part of the Underground Railroad went through his historic home in Richmond. Virginia. Sorry, I'm like looking around. It came in like bits and pieces. Wow. Beautiful. Ruth Duckworth, 1919, Hamburg, Germany. What's it for? It has a lot of compartments. Made this monumental pot as part of her mama pot. It's a series of vessels characterized by hand-shaped slabs and bisected blades of stoneware. The interior cavities absorb light and cast evocative shadows across its sleek lines. Duckworth often lingered on core dualities in her creative practice, the interaction between visible and invisible, interior and exterior, and a discrete sculpture in infinite space. I've done slab work before, but there was a machine that rolled it all out for you. Oh, that's kind of evocative. I get it. George Custer was married in Monroe, Michigan, and his farm was in Grape, 5 farms down from my farm. Star Wars farm, that's so amazing. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Sort of makes me feel like we've got a connection, even more than what we did already, right? Look at this. Y'all have seen this in pictures before. It's like a giant cocoon. Lanny Bergner, born 1952, and Anacortes, Washington. Bronze, brass, and aluminum. Celestial body, 2005. That's pretty cool. The artist cut and pieced the metals to form this ethereal hanging sculpture. That is amazing how it catches the light in the middle. Oh, it's scary, but amazing. Astounding history, yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, we wound up in a really nice museum store with lots of cool jewelry. I like this. I like that beaded jewelry. I make beaded cuffs and stuff too before. Those are beautiful. But that would be you. Those are groovy. Oh my gosh, I like those earrings. They're only 160. Wow. Super cool. I don't know if you can see, they're like little spheres. Treeborn woodworking. Oh, awesome. That's using wood. Look at that, Uncle Deuce. They've made purses out of beautiful. I would definitely just made out of partridge feathers. No, that's so cool. Those are gorgeous. Wow. Snowbird rooster feathers. Okay, this is like the best museum store like ever. Look at that. Peacock feathers. beautiful. I don't know what that is. I think it's Antifa. Boy, that is really curious. Magna light. There's a flashlight in here that if it was on would be amazing. Coming through the globe there. Oh my goodness. It looks like. Wow, that's so crazy. Oh my goodness, they're wearing it. Good evening, Rocky Pac-Man. This is really just, yeah, maybe. It's a Renwick Gallery Museum. This is like, it had some interesting things, you know, that I knew I wanted to see. And I was just like, I'm blown away. It's very different things. I said, I think this is Antifa. Oh no. All right. Caution. It looks like a family running and it says caution. Tapestry woven cotton linen and other fabric with barbed wire and caution tape. Fiber artist Consuelo Jimenez Underwood has made weavings about immigration at the U.S.-Mexico border for much of his career. This was, he was born in 1949 in Sacramento, California. This was made in 2004. Boy, does it have super meaning today. Her father was an undocumented field worker in California, and her family regularly crossed the border in the early 1990s while driving along the 405 freeway in San Diego. Jimenez Underwood became distraught at the sight of an immigrant crossing. Sign of parents running with a small child, she began depicting this motif threaded with barbed wire, caution tape, and yellow cotton into many of her weavings. This tapestry pays homage to the families killed on the highway and emphasizes their humanity. The title Run, Jane Run references the Dick and Jane reading primers for young children. Wow. But you know, like if you don't read about it, it's like you would never get that, you know, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, like how very relevant to today this is with our non-borders and all the people flooding in and watching San Jose. People are just sleeping on the sidewalks after they're released, and they only have so much time to be able to get settled and check in to where they're supposed to check into in other states, and they're sleeping on the ground and on benches. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Very, very interesting. I think this is their office? Oh, I'm back at the front again. Oh. Oh, good, I can go upstairs. Oh my goodness, don't look up, you'll get dizzy. Oh my goodness. Like fishnet up there. Oh my God. Don't look up, you'll go backwards down the stairs. Wow. that beautiful? Oh my gosh. There's more weird art here. Wow. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button. Man, my thumb's going to sleep. I have to carry my backpack, which I just filled up with water. Oh, that's cool. That is super cool. Wow. That's glass. With landscape and dinosaurs. There's a dinosaur. Stephen Young Lee. Oh, brontosaurus. That's really cool. Good evening. Hello. I'm great. This is a wonderful gallery. It really is. I'm just blown away. Absolutely blown away at the social statements, too. It's fascinating.
Yeah, exactly. Self-explanatory.
Yes.
There. And for further details, there are
oh, nice.
QR codes as well.
QR codes. I think this is my new favorite. This is my new favorite.
Oh, okay, so
it's fabulous. Oh my goodness. A little something for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All of our visitors, as I observe, actually they will find something which they like most.
Something that touches them.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
my
a big thing, really.
How nice is that? And you get to witness.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
People opening their eyes and enjoying. Yeah. It is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very nice.
Oh my gosh, yes. So, not a bad gig.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Everything here. The whole gallery. Oh my gosh. The whole gallery. This is astounding. Boy. My dad would like that at the cabin.
So precise.
Amazing.
So clean. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah,
oh my
very
goodness.
nice, really.
Wow. Oh, blown away. One day I'll come and I'll just like spend some time. I got here a little late. Yes, I will. Brown ash and sweetgrass. Oh, our home, our hearth, our heart and our soul. Tick-tock. That was in 2019. That's cool. When will the red leader overshadow images of the 19th century noble savage in Hollywood films that some think are sympathetic to American Indians? 2018, 35 millimeter film from Windwalker, 1981, red and white letter and silver braid. Oh, wow. I remember Windwalker. Excuse me. What in the world? Look, it's a skeleton coming out of a Starbucks cup. Starbucks. Medication. Prescription bottles. Susie Ganch. Beverage stirrers, bonnets, and cocktail. This is amazing. Wow. Right. The plastic island. Right? Plastic island. Yep. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. I've seen these in a magazine before. Oh boy. That's cool. That's the coolest like paint pour ever. Earthenware with slip and glaze. That's cool. The Birth of Eve, flash glass with vitreous paint, silver strain, and copper foil. In The Birth of Eve, Judith Schachter constructed up to 5 layers of cut, sandblasted, and enameled glass, stacked to produce the variations of patterns and color gradation. The flowers represent an alternative story for Eve, the first woman in most versions of the Judeo-Christian creation story, one where she is welcomed into her own glorious Garden of Eden. Wow. That is beautiful. Kind of has her depicted as a fetus. It's the birth of Eve. That is tremendous. You can actually see the layers too here. Probably wouldn't be able to notice that in the film. That is amazing. It's all layered. Very interesting. Aram Cifuentes, born 1986, Seoul, South Korea, resides in Chicago, Illinois, for the protest banner lending library. Felt and fusible web on cotton checkout card. Oh. Checkout card. They're like pens and markers and pencils. Banner was created during one of Aram Cifuentes' community-based protest banner lending library workshops. Korean immigrant, created with workshops as alternative sites of protest. She learned to sew at a young age to assist her mother's work as a seamstress. The banner was created following the Trump administration's controversial decision to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program known as DACA. The reversal threatened legal protections granted to 800,000 people who entered the country undocumented as children. Protesting this action, the phrase "Otro mundo es posible" emphasizes the idea that a more just and equitable world is possible. Gosh, and now we have no borders. Very curious, and you don't ever hear about it anymore either, do you? Seems like. The tapestries are more interesting than you think. Basile Kincaid, Riverside Revival, Lift Every Voice and Sing, 2020. Nice. The quilt tells a love story. The artist's paternal grandparents met at a tent church revival in Arkansas, where his grandfather sang in a quartet. Old choir robes from black churches in St. Louis make up the central figures, extending their arms upwards in praise. The background comprises vintage quilts, donated clothing, and fabric from Ghana, chosen by the artist to honor how the women in his family have long made beautiful quilts from recycled clothes. How amazing. And decode the tapestry like a mythology. Future people may not know our religions, their rise and fall, but they will know that we drew energy from dancing and singing together by the riverside. Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful. Young woman, too, born 1986, much younger than me. I was finishing up high school when she was born. That's lovely. Oh my goodness. Untitled wood sculpture. That's amazing. I've seen pictures of this before. I think this is beautiful. How delicate that is. Wow. English walnut. It's not a house, it's a home. That's what it's titled. 2007, Michael Hampel. That's amazing. African mahogany. Jaron Burlon steel base. What's this one? Jaron Burlon steel base. Wow. I love these with the raw edges. They're beautiful. Baltic birch plywood. Look at the details. It's got a purple hue to it. The work was made as part of a series on the cyclical nature of time, an idea reinforced by the circular movement of her lathe. As Mississippi turns, she follows her intuition to craft landscape and contemplates new possibilities for wood. Connie, Mississippi. Midnight Mountain. Amazing. Stone. This one's so curious. It has inside, there's metal inside of it. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Oh, I gotta go through here quick. Quick. Mankind in our physical world and reveals the artist's fascination with the measurement of time. The volumetric form suspended from the vaulted ceiling of this historic Grand Salon is inspired by the data recorded March 11, 2011, following the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami that rippled across the Pacific Ocean toward Japan. The geologic event was so powerful, it shifted the Earth on its axis and shortened the day by 1.8 millionth of a second, lending this work its title. The lines on the carpet below trace the topographical patterns of the three-dimensional form above. Viewers can immerse themselves in the installation and find a contemplative moment watching the dynamically changing shadows gradually unfold in vivid colors from wall to wall. The color permutations take as long to unfold as it takes to watch a sunset. Eckelmann's Knotted Meditation explores the contrast between the forces we can understand and control and those we cannot, and the concerns of our daily existence within the larger cycles of time. Wow. I knew the carpet was a part of it. These are masks. Check sea beads, bone, and shell. Katrina Mitten, Miami Tribe of Oklahoma, born 1962, created MMIW, Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women Face Mask, as a statement of solidarity and awareness during the COVID-19 pandemic. She explains many women use the red handprint to bring attention to the horrible injustices that are occurring in indigenous communities throughout North America. Having to wear protective masks for our health would cover those who choose to paint the handprint on their faces, and I beaded it into the mask. At the age of 12, Mitten began learning the traditional arts of the Miami, a native nation whose name for itself is Miami, meaning the downstream people. She continues to make traditional clothing and practices Miami-style beadwork. Here's the handprint. Awesome. We all have our ways of fighting injustice. These lungs are made out of glass, I think. Flamework borosilicate glass. Wow. A reminder of the centrality of touch, not just in craft, but in our everyday lives. And this was made in 2020. It's made out of copper. Massey etched his fingerprints into copper, intending them to be held and caressed like warrior prayer beads. I can't really read the rest of it, but you can imagine where that came from. It was separated. They could have been together. This is really different. It says hands and ears and a nose. Covering face. Stonework glaze on tile base. Convey the melancholy of 2020 and 2021. So we can't talk about these kinds of things, openly, but this is right here in one of our national galleries, and I'm just amazed at the hypocrisy of it. Because you can express yourself if it's art, but you can't express yourself day to day, day in and day out. It doesn't make any sense. I guess we need to become more artistic. In the aftermath of the beating of Rodney King by Los Angeles police officers in 1991, Cave imagined these sound suits as protective shields capable of masking a person's identity. Extravagantly ornamented, the suits also explore the tension between low craft and high art. They're often made from found objects and incorporate a wide range of cultural references, from American craft techniques to African dance rituals. Wow, okay. I was definitely deeply touched in 1991 when they came to the decisions of the trial after Rodney King. And I had just gotten back to Atlanta. So that's pretty awesome. Portrait of resilience. Amen. Oh my goodness, that's much deeper than I can read to you, but that's pretty awesome. Wow. You know, the subject matters that I can't really speak about, so it's pretty amazing. Don't tread on me. Nine members of the 369th Infantry Regiment, known as the Harlem Hellfighters, a segregated unit of the American Expeditionary Force in World War I, drawing from the wellsprings of African American quilting traditions and the Kool-Aid colors of the Black Power art movement. Butler pieced together layers of dazzling textiles to connect this present moment to the past. I look to their example to see for myself that the triumphs we experience today will outlast tyrants, and that nothing can ever erase them, not time, not death. Amen. These protectors of our nation fought and put their very bodies and their lives on the line. My work is to continue to lift them up in history so they can be seen in public spaces where their heroic sacrifices become part of the American quest to fight against oppression and for freedom. That's by Bisa Butler. Beautiful. Says it all right there. Don't tread on me. I don't like the second name. Let's go, the Harlem Hellfighters. But I love this. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's a quilt, y'all. That's just amazing. And what it stands for is absolutely right on time. It's a quilt, Uncle Deuce. Can you believe that? It is a quilt. Pieced applique and quilted cotton, silk, wool, and velvet by Bisa Butler. Amazing. And this is what it was copied from. Members of the 369th Infantry Regiment on the deck of the ship Stockholm, February 12, 1919, front row left to right. Private Eagle-Eye Ed Williams, Lamplight Herbert Taylor, Private Leon Frater, and Private Kid Hawk Ralph Hawkins. Back row left to right, Sergeant H.D. Prinas, Sergeant Dan Storms, Private Kid Woney, Joe Williams, Private Kid Buck, Alfred Haney, and Corporal T.W. Taylor, photographed from the records of the War Department General and Special Staffs, 1860-1952, National Archives and Records Administration. The Harlem Hellfighters fought in several key battles in World War I and spent extensive time in continuous combat. This photograph was taken on the deck of the ship Stockholm upon its return to the United States from Europe on February 12, 1919. All of the soldiers wear the Croix de Guerre, their gallantry in action. The men in this image range in ages from 19 to 33. Artist Bisa Butler included more recent honors in her depiction of the U.S. Army Distinguished Service Cross awarded to members of the Harlem Hellfighters in 2002. The U.S. Army Medal of Honor awarded to members of the Harlem Hellfighters by President Barack Obama in 2015, and the Congressional Gold Medal awarded to members of the Harlem Hellfighters by Congress in 2021. Isn't that amazing? Cast in sands, carved glass on wooden pedestal. I can't stand here too long because of the recording, unfortunately, because I actually do weaving myself, but I can't do that. I don't know, that's just a little bit painful. ceramic and mixed media. I don't know. These are like, not for me really so much, that it's kind of disturbing. I don't know, but that's just me. It's just personal taste. But I'm sure if I read about them, I'd probably find more interest. Oh. Wow, that's pretty neat. It's got to be an owl. Wow, that's slab is the wings. I wonder if the whole thing's slab except for like the feet. Stoneware with glaze. Through this opera singer, Dora de Lorios exclaims that style challenges boundaries between high art like opera and low art like folk art ceramics. To Lorios, lifelong inspiration from Mesoamerican ceramics began when she was a young girl and encountered an Aztec calendar at an archaeological museum in Mexico City. She committed her artistic practice to emulating ancient Mexican motifs and stories, even as her peers in Los Angeles shattered craft's connection to the past to define themselves in their field. This is called Opera Singer, circa 1960. That's pretty awesome. Blown and cut glass. Oh my goodness. In black. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Acorns. What in the world? Acorns. How curious. Huh? I don't know. I really like it a lot, though. Isn't that curious? Before the wired owls, those pics. Let's see, we get the pics from my last year's family reunion, a bunch of old stuff. J-Pole. Oh no. Those pictures, oh my goodness. Reclaimed wood with found hardware and fasteners, industrial felt. Infill home with acorns collected on long walks. In 2017, dealing with difficult life circumstances, Hudnell found the walks became a way to find myself, to my mind and body again, and to be really present. Hudnell created a special shelter for the acorns, a curvilinear suitcase featuring a square at home for each one. The 178 acorns trace the ongoing journey of the artist. A mature tree produces about 2,000 acorns a year, but only 1 in 10,000 acorns reaches maturity. Hudnall explains, I think the idea of constant, repeated, tiny attempts for success with the understanding that most will go nowhere became a way for me to think about slow progress towards health in my own life. Hudnall renders a playful case of acorns into a powerful call to action. Slow down and linger, seek alternative paths and accept failures. Oh my goodness. That is beautiful. God bless her. There's the QR code. God bless her. That's awesome. No wonder I liked it so much. Truly amazing. I love it. Yeah, you can't just look at art. You gotta look into what the artist was seeking in it. It's Mardi Gras babies. How curious. Guadalajara, Mexico. Enar de la Torre. Brown glass, resin castings, and mixed media. Enar and Jimex de la Torre are brothers and glass artists. They made this wall sculpture after an Aztec calendar, a visual dating system adapted by many ancient Mesoamerican nations. The Spanish title translates to Ohio, enjoy, and more. And when pronounced, sounds like good morning in Japanese. It represents their humor where the piece was made, Ohio, and their multifaceted view of people and time. It's cute. Look at the eyes in it. Oh. That's great. The eyes are great. Look at it from the back. Glass baskets resemble the open weave clam baskets made by the Salish people of the Pacific Northwest coast. This open form allows sand and water to pass through while retaining the clams. Oliver from the Quinault Indian Nation of Washington State incorporated Northwest Coast designs into his art, which range from carving and sculpting to glass and printmaking. Look at this. This looks like working with fondant for cake. Folds CLX8. Clay, wood, and powder-coated steel frame. Oh, wow. Clay, wood, and powder-coated steel frame. Shadows are amazing, aren't they? Look at this, right? Uncle Dish, you'd like this. Oh, that looked like your bed in the morning. Captain Kurt, freedom. Patriots unite and vote for freedom. Amen. 11/2022. God bless you. That's the best message. I like the organs too. You too, J. Paul. It was such a beautiful sentiment too. Baltic birch plywood, curly sycamore veneer, Macassar ebony veneer, and ebonized cherry with slate, brass, azurite, malachite, hematite, enamel, sterling silver, and glass. Wow. Look at this. Vestige pleated dress, 2000. Cast glass. Karen Lamont, born 1967, New York City. She's my sister's age. This vestige of a woman asks, who was she? How does she see herself? How did others see her? The translucent glass illuminates more questions than answers. This glass dress marks a breakthrough in Karen Lamont's creative career. In 1999, she traveled on a Fulbright fellowship to experiment with glass casting techniques at a foundry in Prague. Her first tests were, as she recalled, total catastrophes. Lamont persisted, and after 8 months of repeated attempts and living off cheap cabbage, she successfully cast each element of vestige pleated dress. Her rigorous technique makes possible the delicate folds of a dress. Wow. And it's just sitting out here, exposed. So it's really a beautiful setting. It does. Yes, it does look like an ice sculpture. Isn't that amazing? Hand-woven linen with gold leaf and gesso. Wow. I love the progression of it. Montana, number 13, evokes the mountainous terrain of Colombia, where textile artist Olga de Amaral grew up and lives today. She layered gold leaf and gesso onto woven linen. Oh, it's beautiful. This is like my new favorite gallery, I think. For sure. Did you all see this? Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm glad more people join us than beginning. Oh my God. The floor sloped. Jeez Louise. I'm like backing up to get this whole thing in here. Jake Paul. I know, right? That would fix up the car, wouldn't it? The hive wagon. That's awesome. And the glass chandelier. It's not a light, but it's all this all blown glass light. Amazing. Oh my gosh. I guess that was it. But it was, oh, did y'all see this? That's some chandelier, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay, my arm's about to fall off because I'm holding my extremely heavy backpack. I love this gallery. Love, love, love this gallery. And it's still creating the sunset. It takes the time of the sunset to have this pass through all of its colors. Really remarkable. I love this. Don't look up, you'll fall backwards. This is the craziest staircase ever. Here I come, catch me. Dude, it scared me. I was going up, and when I got to the top, of course, I look up, right? And it's like, oh no. That is insane. Has it happened ever? No. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I'll leave, so we'll make sure it's not me. God bless y'all. Have a good night. Thank you. That was awesome. I love that gallery. Love it. Oh, and we missed the rain, thank goodness, for the most part, because I left the umbrella in the car. My new umbrella for $3 that I got from Goodwill. We'll see how long I can hold on to this one. Wow, that was phenomenal. Oh, let me make sure I'm closed up. Sorry, I'm kind of knocking y'all around. I don't have you on the gimbal. That's pretty. Looks very French. French. See the sculpture? It's got the eagle. We've got the flag at half mast still, praying. That's for yesterday. It flashes bud, then it flashes wiser. Oh no. I love this gallery. This present moment, crafting a better world. Amen. That's my new favorite gallery, like ever. Love it, love it, love it. That was the Renwick Gallery, and it's phenomenal. It's colorful over here with all the umbrellas. Oh no, where'd I park? The Renwick Gallery. We're right near the White House. Pennsylvania 1600. So I want to get a closer view of this guy. Rubens. You can see his face from when I caught him earlier. But even the building is just fantastic. Murillo. There's some spires up there. Just phenomenal. It's done up like a wedding cake. Truly fantastic. WC. Or is that WC or is that like triple XC? Oh my goodness, I don't know. Or a WXXC. Truly a beautiful building and a wonderful gallery. I am so thrilled I finally got in there. The Renwick Gallery, Washington, D.C. Oh my God. A car started coming out of there. It scared me half to death. I'm like checking out the mirrored glass guard station. United States of America, Lyndon B. Johnson, President, General Services Administration. I know, right, J. Paul? I mean, there are amazing buildings still, but that was just lovely, wasn't it? The detail and everything was beautiful. I only got an hour parking, so I'm heading back to my parking spot. Sorry, I don't have you in the gimbal, so it's a little bumpy. Lumpy bumpy. Ooh. Oh my God. That flag is not at half mast. This one is at half mast. Man, I'm glad it wasn't a torrential downpour. Star Wars fan, that's why it's a great gallery. Smithsonian American Art Museum. Yes, we love our Smithsonian museums. They are amazing. Compass Coffee. Luke's Lobster. Boy, that gimbal makes a difference, doesn't it? We love the gimbal. Then you have modern buildings. Boring. Oh, there's that Panera bread. I'm gonna go get some hot water for my tea. I'm gonna do it. The lumpy bumpy is okay, but the shaky wavy is making me ill. I don't blame you, J-Bo. Oh my gosh. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this off and then I'll be back on shortly because we're doing the J6 tonight. We're already downtown, so it won't be long. Thank you all so much for coming to the gallery with me. I'm gonna add some hot water to my tea, use their restroom. This is that one where they don't care. They're not really paying attention, so works out for me. All right, God bless you all. Glory be to God, and I'll be back very soon. That was fun, Gloria. Thank you for being here. Always. God bless you. See you soon.